Hi guys, today I'll show how to string my racket of choice, the Ezone 98, that is 16 by 19 pattern. This type of racket needs to be stringed using two pieces and so 4 knots. When we need to start the mains, we'll start from the top. You can see here a little triangle that means that the mains need to start from here, and next we'll do the crosses. Now I lock my racket in the stringing machine. When you lock the racket, the mechanism needs to be in the center of the frame. When you lock the racket, you need only to use 2 fingers, because otherwise you can damage the frame. Firm, but not a lot of force. Today I'll use 20 kilos on the mains and 19 kilos on the crosses. Now I cut the strings. So for the mains I need 16 strings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Just one more, 17, and I can cut. Not perpendicular, just to have a little bit of spike. So I'll start from the top of the racket, not the frame, not the throat. This is just for my racket. Your racket maybe need to start from the bottom. I'm just pulling all the strings together and we can start. Now to start I'll lock here. I use a starting clamp to secure the strings, preventing slipping. And I can start pulling from the second one, from here. I have pulled 2 strings off one side and then in the other side, just to be symmetric. Otherwise the frame can be damaged by the tension. When you pull the strings, it's important that after pulling, you just need to release the clamp first from the bottom, then from the top. Otherwise the strings can be damaged slipping through the clamp. When you lock, the opposite. Before you can lock from the top and then from the base, and to release the tension. For the last 2 strings we need to make a knot, and so we need to increase the tension by 10%, 15%, to just restore the tension loses by making the knots. In this type of stringing machine there is a button that can increase the tension by 10%. Now I can make the knots. The knots I made is the Parnell knots. You need to move the strings through the center of the frame, like this. Then going over, under, making a loop, over, under, through the loop, and then pulling here, pull using the clamp, the starting clamp, and when I have stringed I can just pull here. When you release a knot, just maintain the tension before releasing the clamp. We have done. Same on the other side. Now we can start the crosses. I just need to cut the strings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18, 19, 20. Just one more. 20. I can cut the strings. Just a little spike to help passing through the holes. For the Yonex Ezone, when you need to start the crosses, start from here and just go under, over, under, no, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. Because the strings are even, when you start from one side on the top, you need to finish on the other side on the bottom, so you know that you have not committed some error during the process. For this type of racket, the best approach to start is not using a starting knot, but using a starting clamp to lock the strings, and at the end just pulling the last string. I just measure to arrive in my lock system, and I can stop the string using a starting clamp. Now I can start pulling from here. For the second strings, we just need to ensure that we need to pass the strings in the opposite side of the first one. So if the first one in these strings is on the top, we need to ensure that these strings, when you pass through the second string, needs to pass on the bottom, just the opposite one of this. So starting from the top here, I can go under here, that is the opposite of this. So you know that is correct doing like this. We can check that we have started here on the top and we have finished here on the bottom, so we know we have not committed some error. When you string the crosses, it's just more convenient to pass the strings before pulling the first string on the side. So in this part we not pull this string because we'll pull at the end of the process. So this is just for the first one that we not pull now. We can start here from the top because here is on the bottom. All the strings needs to be in the opposite side to each other. Now I can start pulling the second one. 19 kilos. The main reason to pass the strings before pulling the current is because we have pulled one less string, we have total less tension in the frame, and this will help us waving the strings. We have just passed and then we can pull the current one. Now this is the last strings. So like we've done for the mains, we just increase the tension by a 10%, 15%, to ensure that we not lose the tension by making the knots. I have read the specification in the website. We need to make the knots in the 11 holes from the throat. How to count? All the holes in the frame are numbered from 1 in the center of the racket, and the number increase going outside the center. So for the throat, the two centered buttons are the T1, throw 1. The second one is throw 2, throw 3. We need to go in the 11, counting all the holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is the 11, so because we have less space to work to making a knots, I'm just using the Wilson Pro Knot that in this type of situation is more convenient. If you need to know how to make a Pro Knots, you can just check online, there are a lot of videos. Now the last one to finish is the one on the top where we have the starting clamp. I'm just making the clamp here And because this is just the last one, we need to increase the tension by a 10%. So I'm pressing the knots button in my head tensioner and I'm pulling the string. For the Yonex Ezone 98, the last one cross needs to be knocked in the 6 holes from the top. Normally can be called each head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one. Because we have less space to work, it's just more convenient to use the Wilson Pro knot instead of the Parnell knot. You make a loop and then pass the string like this and string. This is the Wilson Pro knot. There is no better knot than others, but it's just preference. Now before releasing, I'm just keeping the string using my hand and releasing the clamp. Done. A good knot needs to be made having the string to cut that is touching the frame, because is more comfortable to play. Otherwise the strings maybe can damage a ball when you play. If you are more precise, maybe you can just press the string here to prevent some finger cutted maybe by the spike. Now I have stringed my Ezone 98. I wish this video was interesting. If you have some questions, just let me know in the comments. Bye!